All right. Today is April 14th. It is about 4:45 in the afternoon. Got Mama hanging out over there. Update on Ellie. So you can see she is back on the Billy lights today. She does not have the Billy pad underneath her, which is good. Her Billy number had went up this morning. It was 5.8 yesterday, and it went to 7.1 today, which their range for her age group is 7 to 9. It needs a light, so she just crossed over into that. So the idea is that she'll be on this today. Hopefully, when they check labs tomorrow morning, she'll be under that threshold, and then they can come back off. So she's just hanging out right now. She's sleeping. Is kind of what I look like sleeping. She's been doing better with her feeds. Yesterday, about probably around 6 p.m. They've been giving her 6 milliliters of feed every 3 hours, and they had done that for a little while throughout the day. And around 6 or so o'clock last night, they pull out any air, anything that's in her little tummy. And when they went to pull out any air or anything before they fed her, she had about 20 milliliters of feed, or what they call as residual, which is basically partially digested food that they had pulled out, which keeping in mind they're giving her 6 milliliters, so that means it wasn't moving through like it should. So what they did was just return that to her, and then they skipped the 6 o'clock feed. When they checked her at 9 p.m., they did another pull before they were going to feed her to see where she was at, and she had 7 milliliters of residual partially digested food come back. So they did the same thing. They returned that to her and skipped that feed. So she's still eating each one of those times. It was just not anything new. And then at midnight, they were able to give her 6 milliliters, and she did that, and they didn't pull anything back. And she did good with that at midnight, 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9, and every 3 hours since then, she's been doing good and digesting all of it. So that's very good. So they had increased her to 9 milliliters this morning because she was handling it well. And then they'll bump her up again, probably to 11 or 12 milliliters later tonight. So long as she keeps chugging along with her little feed. So she's doing good with it. You can see she's got kind of 2 little oven mitts going on each hand. That's because they removed that UVC from her belly button, and then they have an IV in her right hand, and they're about to switch her to the left hand over there. So just until they cut that one off, they're going to have that other one ready to go. So like I had mentioned, there was a risk, or they had suspected that she may have an infection. So she was looking good. That ultrasound from the other day was looking good too. Well, her labs did come back that she had one of her cultures come back positive, which the team here was surprised to see because of how good she looks, and she's not showing any symptoms or anything. So thankfully they had already started antibiotics as soon as she was not tolerating her feed from about a day or so ago. So they were all over it. And what they're looking for is they're drawing labs every 12 hours, and they need 2 negative tests to rule it out. So what they think is that it may just simply be a contaminant, which they said they treat for her age range, but if she was a little, a few weeks older, that it would be something insignificant enough that they wouldn't treat it. But because she's so small and her little immune system is weak, they're treating it now with antibiotics. So she's been doing well with that and tolerating it. They've already had 1 culture come back since then that's negative. Like I said, they need 2. So when they do this next one, they'll discontinue some of the antibiotics, and then so long as that second one comes back negative, and then they'll keep her on 1 antibiotic for 7 days from yesterday, whenever she started it. So she's been doing good with that. It sounds like it could be something else small that they may have just caught early. So in a way, they said it may be kind of like a blessing in disguise that she was having a little issue with her feed, which made them start antibiotics. And then, like I said, they really weren't expecting anything to come back positive because she was doing very well. But they had already started everything, so they didn't lose any time treating her or anything. So she's been doing good. So we'll get to hold her again whenever these Billy lights come off, which, like I mentioned, is hopefully tomorrow. But she's doing good in here. She's just hanging out, relaxing, giving some of the nurses hell. So she's just chugging along. And today they had free Jimmy John's for visitors and family of patients in the NICU. So it's something that I donate through their Ronald McDonald House here. So that was very, very nice of them. So they had Jimmy John's, and then she got a little Easter basket too. So the Easter Bunny is ready to come see you very soon, Ellie. So she's doing good.